BMW Motorrad has been around for 100 years, since 1923. Today they're most known for their lifestyle and adventure bike with the model designation GS. They're also very popular with a superbike segment in the model 1000RR and so on. However, BMW has a full offering when it comes to the sport nakeds. And here behind me is the first one I'm going to look at, but over the next few episodes I'm going to have a look at the full offering and all the different models BMW has when it comes to the naked bike segment. Here, this bike we're going to start off with has the same motor as my BMW GS 1250. I'm talking about the BMW R1250R here. This is the BMW R1250R. This model was first launched in 2019, and as you can see, very traditional BMW, starting off with the boxer motor. You have the single-sided swing arm this side, and moving over to the other side you can see shaft drive. So all the ingredients of a traditional BMW, however, this being in the naked segment. Now on that point, most people complain about no wind protection and however, why do we ride motorcycles? We want to get out of that car with the windscreen doors and wind up windows on the side. We want to have wind in the hair. So let's go back to basics. No wind protection. This little screen is an aftermarket, and yes, it helps with wind on the chest and that, so it helps your forearm pump, but no protection for your helmet or head. So when you go for a ride, do wear your quietest helmet. On that, the screen is an extra aftermarket. Your sliders on your heads down here is an extra, and the exhaust pipe, really nice addition. Akrapovic HP, carbon end cap, carbon heat shield. This is a fantastic sound. I'm going to let you hear it now when I go for a ride. So yes, naked bikes is the way to go. Wind in the hair. Let's go back to basics. Now, starting off with this motor, your traditional boxer motor, and this is the 1250, exactly 1254 cc boxer twin in the 180-degree plane, and oil cooled double overhead cam, single balance shaft, and shift cam motor. We discussed the shift cam, and you have two cams, and as you open it up she moves to a more aggressive cam. Instant smile on your face, more power. Fantastic. This motor puts out 136 horsepower at 7,750 rpm, 143 newton meters at 6,250 rpm, and that's what I always rave about these torquey twin motors. They're so fun, and so much fun, and so responsive. As you open the throttle, they instantly give you a smile. 6-speed gearbox and shaft drive, as mentioned before. The weight of this bike is 239 kilograms weight. The seat height is 820 mm in the standard guys. Now BMW has offerings for the shorter and taller riders. For the shorter riders, you get a BMW seat that drops this from 820 to 760 millimeters. Then you have one that takes from 820 to 840. Now that's for taller riders, that you don't want your knees too high. If you sit too low, your thighs need to slope down. It makes it more comfortable for longer rides. So yes, standard 820, there are options 760 and 840. Tank capacity is 18 liters. Quite a nice capacity, and on that point the tank is really nice, far forward, very edgy design, and I love the way it goes up, looks aggressive. And with this boxer motor together, it looks like you have a lot of weight distribution up front, which gives you good confidence and feel up there. When it comes to suspension, the upside down forks, and down here you can see a steering damper, also a nice little standard over there, your BMW para lever with a monoshock at the back, both 140mm travel front and rear. When it comes to brakes, again, top kit, as you can see, Brembo 4-piston calipers, dual with dual disc 320mm. At the rear you've got 276mm disc with a dual piston, obviously ABS. When it comes to wheels, 17-inch front and rear, a cast aluminium wheel shod with a 120 and a 180. This being a 2022 bike, the color options in 22 were storm black metallic, a style sport, and a style exclusive, which this is. Style exclusive for 2022 was this matte green. Looks really stunning and actually very stylish. Not so much sporty, but more on the stylish side of things. Standard for 22 on this bike was an LED taillight at the back. Your 23 upgrades was an LED headlight with adaptive turning and LED indicators as of 2023. Then the bike comes standard with ABS, ASC, auto stability control, 2 rider modes for 2022, which is road and rain, and a third one was added for 23, which is an eco mode. Also a nice little addition. You had your heated grips, your power sockets, and a stunning 6.5-inch TFT display. BMW being one of the best in my opinion. Really colorful, bright, and pretty good with reflection. You can still see it from any angle. Recapping on the 2023 upgrades, you have your LED headlight with adaptive LED indicators. You have the third rider mode in eco. You have your DTC, your traction control, your seat heating, rider and pillion. Even the pillion has a 2-stage heating, USB-A socket, and the colors change. I think you get the ice gray, that triple black, the sport racing, I think it's a blue and a white. Other than that, stunning naked bike, wind in the hair, back to basics. I think let's jump on and go for that ride. I just quickly want to show you this stunning TFT display. As you can see, sun is directly above me. Full color display. If you know BMW, these controls are super familiar. Everything is there. You have your menu up and down, your ABS, your cruise control up here, your wheel that you rock and select. Here's your start, your rider modes, and your heated grip on top. But going through the screen, everything as you flick down, you can set your vehicle up. You can see nice little pictures, animation, easy to read. You can onboard computer, trip computer, there's so much information, tire pressures, Bluetooth, you can see exactly what's going on, and you have your whole infotainment over here. You can go through my vehicle, sport, set it up, and really get this sporty dash going over here. Looks fantastic, really nice. You can go absolutely wild on this thing, set up your music, set up your phone, go navigation. Everything is there. Visibility is nice. You got so much information. If you're not used to it, could get a little bit on the cluttered side, but once you understand the layout, it's simple to read. You can even set up what you want up on here. Like here it is the trip 1. You can have your fuel economy, your tire pressures, or your trip. Everything is there. You can set it up, and once you understand the clock, it's very quick and easy to spot and read uncluttered. Controls, very BMW familiar, nothing new for me to learn. One more thing, I'm just going to fire up quickly in neutral here. Here, fired up. Let's just listen to this beautiful acropovic. I love the sound of decent pipes. It just makes the whole experience so much more fun and rewarding. Loud pipes do save lives. I'm a firm believer in that, because as per sirens, people turn around and they do look for you. When they hear you coming before they see you, they do tend to look out for you. So loud pipes save lives. Seating position, comfortable. It is aggressive seating, if I can put it that way. It feels like you slightly forward. You're not quite as upright as you are on a GS or adventure bike, slightly more forward, but not to the point that you're getting this forearm pumps or anything. So you feel aggressive, sporty, like you can put the knee down and do a little bit of knee sliding around the track. However, not overly aggressive that it becomes painful for longer journeys. I am quite comfortable at my 6-foot height. I can stand with a standard seat at 820mm, flat-footed both sides. If you look down, my knees tuck in really nicely under this ridge with the boxer motors, the head sticking out. I am well protected, so my lower body well protected from the wind. This, as I mentioned, the wind protection, the chest, it's all there. It does help. It's a nice little addition. However, I think it looks prettier and more aggressive without the screen. It just looks aggressive, looks futuristic, and personal preference, my style. As I always say, I'm reviewing these bikes from an enthusiast point of view. I'm not a journo. I don't get paid to do this. This is just pure passion. I love bikes, anything bike related, and I love being on a bike and riding bikes. Weather, rain, sunshine, hail. As a true biker, we ride in the rain, we ride dirt roads, anything goes. And again, BMW shaft drive, low on maintenance, no chain lubes and no maintenance. So if you do want to use this bike as a bit of a tourer, which I do think you can if you put a bigger screen on, I'm comfortable enough to be riding for a good couple of hours. And if you put some panniers on, you could actually use this bike as a tourer. So these naked bikes, what are they good for? What is their purpose? Are they tourers? Are they sports bikes? Are they commuters? Where do they fit in? And for me, I think a bike like this here, having played on it for a little bit, I think it is really an all-purpose bike. If you don't have the luxury or the means to run 3 bikes, have 3 bikes in your garage or 4 bikes, a bike for every occasion, this is your type of bike. Commuter, have a look up in front, lane splitting, not a problem, the width is there. You think the bike is wide, being a boxer motor. Have a look at this, flat-footed, both sides, knees are bent, and you think it's wide with this boxer motor, but not much wider than your standard bike. I'll give you the exact millimeters difference when I review, for example, the F900R BMW. I'll give you the specs difference in another episode, but it's less than 100mm width difference. So yes, this boxer motor you can commute with. I commute with my big GS Adventure 1250. Nice torquey motor, versatility. You don't have to keep the revs up high. Your maximum torque or your nice torque curve is between 4 to 6,500 RPM, so you don't have to scream it, and you can short shift, you can quick shift through, and comfortable. When you're commuting, wind resistance, wind protection, not your biggest concern because you're not doing high speeds. However, little addition, put on a bigger screen, you can go touring because you're really comfortable, you're sitting nice. This particular model, the R1250R, the seat is not soft like an adventure, but it's softer than your 90% of your bikes, way softer than your sport bikes. Nice thing is you're sitting low in the bike, tank comes up, and I think a good couple of hours in the saddle would be absolutely no problem. There's a lot of space on this bike that you can move around, you can move forward, you can move back. I'm really back with the stepped up pillion seat being a little bit of a support at the back. Now I'm going motocross style up front. Good, a lot of space, very roomy, and bike is very narrow at the waist where your thighs join this tank over here. Another thing I always speak about BMW build quality. It really is that German build quality. It's a solid bike. This is a 22 bike. Nothing is loose, nothing's rattling. It is on point. If you look at this rear view mirror, stable, nothing's rattling, lower RPMs, higher RPMs. Visibility is good. I see over my elbows. It is clean, clear. As you can see, it is a keyless start, so you need to remind yourself to have the keys on you, but it gives you a big warning, a big square there should the keyless key be out of range. On the control side of things, very BMW style. Here, cruise control, flick it over, gives you the big warning up front. You click it in, resume, plus and minus. You go through your menu, you scroll through here, indicators. Super simple, easy. Rider mode, I'm on the road mode now, and here's the button for road. Just get off the throttle and back on, and you will select it. Really nice display. If I flip it into that sportier mode, here we go, and there's my sportier dash. As you can see, really quick and easy to scroll through on the menu button. Nothing fancy. Looks fancy, but nothing fancy or complicated about it. As mentioned, minimal reflection, one of the best TFTs on the market in my opinion. Nice color, bright in all conditions, and easy to read once you know where to look for what on the display. Just giving it some here, going through the box. Very sporty feel, so you can, with a slightly more aggressive body position, ride it hard, have your sporty feel on it, exit the corner harder. So should you want to do a track day, you're definitely not going to be treading water with something like that. You're gonna be mixing it and having loads of fun. The bike is solid, everything feels tactile as it's functioning as it's meant to function. Brakes powerful. If I pull the lever, very, very positive. You can do two-finger braking. There's a lot of power behind these stoppers. Power on the motor, as you can see, I didn't shift down, left it where it was in fifth gear, and off we go. This is what it's about. It does get a bit noisy at the higher speeds in your helmet, but this is why we ride bike. We want the experience of the wind in our hair. We want to have the elements come at us. And if you're a true biker, you're not going to dissolve when it drizzles a little bit. You will feel it, and on a hot day like this, it might even be considered refreshing. I'm one of those. I absolutely love the naked bikes. I love the environment. You can smell the summer, spring, the new flowers coming out. You can smell rain coming from afar. That's what biking's all about, is the elements and being exposed to the elements. We get all these creature comforts today on the bikes that makes us sissies, and I just think let's go back to basics, enjoy riding bikes and be exposed to the elements a little bit, and the sensation of speed without the wind protection is just amplified a little bit, so you feel like you're going faster than you really are, and it's just a whole lot of fun. Puts a smile on your face. This torquey motor, you don't have to wring its neck, you're just woo, there we go. That caught me by surprise. It's a lot more than I thought. I was in fourth gear there, maybe that's why, but A lot of power on tap from this 1250cc boxer, and all round BMWs, where do you fault them? You just have to decide and choose what do you want to use the bike for. So if you can't afford to have 2 or 3 motorcycles, one for every occasion, in your garage, this bike does it all. You have your openness of biking, you have a perfect little commuter, run around, simple. You can run it in low revs, you can run it in the higher rev, in the sporty mode like this. A lot of power on tap, 136 horsepower I think I said it was. That is plenty. With this wing, you can hear it's a little bit noisier in the helmet because there is no protection, there's no maintenance with a shaft drive. All round, lane splitting, traffic wasn't a problem. Sitting like this, the bike is nimble, feels light. It doesn't feel like a heavy bike that would set in fatigue after a while. There's no forearm pump, there's nothing. I can set cruise control, put it in, set at 107 here. Really, I can sit like this, absolutely neutral and heaps of fun. I hope you enjoyed this ride and review of the first of the BMW naked offerings that we've done, the BMW R1250R. If you enjoyed the episode, please remember, give me a like, a thumbs up. Most important of all, please hit that subscribe button to help me build the channel. And if you like, that reminder bell so you always know when I'm uploading new content. You will also be the first to know when I'm doing the next of the BMW naked offerings.